Hello, what is up, Jamie fans? Josh here speaking, back again for another LEGO review, and today we are going to be looking at Pantasy's latest brick set, which is Seiya! Now, before we get started, first of all, I just wanted to let you guys know that I've never watched this show. What? Yeah, I don't really know much about Saint Seiya, aside from the fact that it is a very popular anime back in the 1980s, but it seems though like the series is being revived recently. Like, I heard there was a Netflix readaptation not too long ago. Various companies are also releasing new figures for the franchise, and it just so happens that one of them is Pantasy, which, if you remember, is the same company that made the Astro set that we reviewed a couple months ago. So anyways, taking a closer look at the packaging, first of all, I gotta say this box is just huge, like probably the biggest box I have ever owned, like for real, man. The front of the box shows us a nice image of the figure itself, as well as the product number. We got a sticker up here that indicates this item is official and licensed, and on the back we get to see some of the poses you can get this figure into, as well as its other features. Inside the packaging we get to see this really nice looking artwork of the character and his weapon. Really dig the amount of effort put into the presentation here, that is appreciated. As you can see, the weapon is placed in its own separate box, which makes it look very classy and premium. Like, damn, I feel like I'm holding a jewelry product right now. On the other box, we get the rest of the plastic bags containing the pieces to build the figure, as well as this separator tool. In case you've accidentally attached some pieces by mistake, this will make things a little bit easier for you to, well, separate them. That's why it's called a separator tool. Then finally, of course, we got the instruction booklet, which is also packed with artworks as well. The Astro set is also featured on here too, which again, if you want to watch my review of that set, it is somewhere in one of the playlists here on the channel right now. You will also notice that the texts here are in Chinese, I think. And you might be thinking, oh great, how am I supposed to follow the instructions if I can't even read it? Yeah, well the thing is, you don't really need to read the text to understand the instructions. I know that sounds weird, but trust me guys, the pictures are pretty simple enough to follow, so you've got nothing to worry about. Alright, so now moving on to the building itself, and to my experience, it's actually a pretty easy build than I expected. Like, it may seem like it's going to take a long time because of the size of it, but trust me, once you finish the base, you're gonna be done in no time. I think the plastic quality on these are pretty good too, nothing has broken off on me so far, and if you look closely on the pegs, they actually have the Pantasy logo on them. But unfortunately, this is only present on certain pieces, because when you look at the rest, not all of the pieces actually has the markings on them, which is not really a big deal, but I mean, if you're gonna put your trademark logos on certain pieces, why not just put it in all of them? Now on to the accessories, we do get the bow and arrow, which you have already seen earlier. We got two alternative facial expressions, we got a pair of fisted hands, and a single pointing finger hand. Then finally we also get to build this cool looking base or stand, and the overall design just makes me think that you could use this for a Star Wars diorama. Those two builds on the sides kind of looks like spaceships or laser guns. I honestly don't know what they are, but they are meant to be attached for the character's feet so he could stand on it. And speaking of which, here we have the full build of the figure itself. I believe his name is Pegasus Seiya? Or is that the name of the armor? If I got that wrong, I'm sorry, just feel free to correct me down in the comment section below. Now in terms of aesthetics, I must say I think this does look absolutely stunning. The high quality paint on his armor is just spectacular, and that's not an exaggeration. The wings on the back just looks crazy, man, and they've definitely nailed the head sculpt as well. The seam lines are barely noticeable too, like if you look closer into the details you can see a bit of it inside the armor, but from a far distance, it just looks like you're looking at a 1/6 scale action figure, and I must say, this is very impressive. Okay now, so moving on to articulation, first off, his head can rotate all around, he can look up pretty far, which is just awesome, and he can move down, not so much. His shoulder pads can be moved out of the way to avoid hindering the arm movements, and that arm can also rotate and move to the side. Then at the elbows, there's also a bit of movement on the elbow pads as well. We got some rotation at the wrist, hands can move up and down, wings can spread out and move back in. The waist armors can be moved out of the way as well. The legs can move all the way out, can move forward, knee bend, foot can move down, move up, and ankle pivot as well. Also forgot this part of the knee can be moved too, although it doesn't really hinder any movements, but yeah, it can be moved. Now onto the height comparison, this figure is standing at about 36 centimeters, 43 if with the base stand, which is about 16 inches in total. Here he is in comparison to the Astro Boy set made by the same company, and here he is standing next to some of my 1/12 scale figures, and as you can see, he is an extremely tall figure. Alright, so now here we are finally at the conclusion of this review, and overall I gotta say this is definitely an amazing piece. Even though I'm not a fan of Saint Seiya, I can't deny that this thing looks absolutely incredible. The fact that this came with additional faceplates and hands for different poses sets this piece apart from any other regular builds, like it honestly feels like a great blend of action figure and Lego. That said though, of course this figure is not without its flaws. I will have to point out that the knee joints were pretty loose on mine. I'm not sure if this is only on my figure, but yeah, that does get pretty frustrating when you're moving around the figure, and some of the armor plates fall off pretty easy too, and that doesn't help at all. But then again, once you have settled down and put this figure in the position you want him to be in, it is going to look absolutely great on your shelf, and it is going to take up a lot of space as well. So yeah, if you can overlook those issues and you're really just getting this for the looks and as a fan of the character, then I think you'll be pretty happy to have this in your collection. There are 3 links in the description down below where you can get 20% off for purchasing the set from the official website, or 15% off if you get it on Amazon US or UK. So with that said, I hope this video was helpful and enjoyable for you to watch. If it was, then please be sure to leave a like, let me know in the comments section below what are your thoughts about the set, and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already for more videos. Hope you all are having a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.